right, so verse 15 says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So then why would they tell you over here in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And see, in verse 19, we see, and this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world. This is the original Messiah, right? And men love darkness rather than the light, because their deeds were evil then, and their deeds are evil now. Who would tell you God so loved the world that they got permission from God to crucify his Son, right? And then come right behind you after they take that light out the world and it goes back dark again. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Yet telling you in the same breath that God so loved this world, it was okay to crucify his Son? Allegedly? And with that being said, God is telling me to tell you guys, look, but he that doth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. So my question to you is, how are they telling you to love not the world according to John 2:15? Probably go through 17 if you want to. That's 1 John 2:15 says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. So the Queen loved the world. Was the love of the Father in her? The Pope loves the world. Was the love of the Father in him? Is the love of the Father in him? The President loves the world. Is the love of the Father in him? And guess what? The world loves Jesus. So is the love of the Father in him. I rest my damn case. Now you know it ain't over until the real Messiah speak, right? So he says in John 15:18 through 27, if the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. See, this is where that you're no greater than your master is. Remember, the book of John says they hated the Messiah, not this Jesus that the world loves, who the Father may not be in the love of the Father that is, right? So it tells us that we're hated because of his sake. 19 says, if you were of the world will love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I've chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. And I want to say to the Hebrew Israelites dispersed throughout the nations, listen, the reason why it's 1 John 2:15 says, love not the world, because you're scattered throughout it. So the people, the writer of that book was trying to get into the church, was telling them, look, don't go out loving the world. There's some mean, dirty, nasty proverbs, bywords, niggers out there in the world that you're not supposed to be loving, okay? I believe that, y'all. That's what this Messiah is saying to me. They were trying to deter the people, the Greeks, the heathen, the wayward people, the unnatural olive branches, not to partake of the children of Israel. But the Messiah said, if the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. There's nothing you're going to go through in this world that the Messiah haven't went through before you. Even a lynching. There's nothing new under the sun, right? They don't want to tell you this in church, but our ancestors got lynched because the very first lynching, just like the very first surgery and everything else, they want to tell you in church happened right there in this Bible, right? So it says, I've chosen you out of the world. Count yourself blessed when the Messiah tells you he chose you. See, most Christians choose Jesus. Jesus didn't choose them. 20, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. No, if they have not kept his sayings, they're not going to keep ours, is what I think the writer, they tweaked even some of what the Messiah says. They're not keeping his word. Paul would have never got a vision from this man right here and then turned everything over to the European Catholic way of running a church, right? And dealing with God. Remember, if they love the world, they put that in the Bible, love not the world. If you love the things in the world, the love of the Father is not in you, right? Listen to what they're telling you. And who it's being told from, right? The devil think he's an excellent teacher. Well, I beg to differ. So listen guys. So 21 says, but all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. See, these people don't know God. They told you they did. They told you the queen reigning for 70 years is of God. They told you the Pope being over the Vatican with its history of molestation of boys and all that stuff is of God. They told you the American government, who committed the worst treason ever on its people, is of God when they lay their hand on that Bible. See, it's all an illusion, the Messiah is saying right here, right? Do not be deceived. Listen to what he say to them, y'all. He says, 21, if I had not come and spoken unto these devils, he says them, but these devils, these wicked peoples, these European Anglo-Saxon heathen, baby, perverse and wicked generation, he's saying, they had not had sin. They didn't think they had any sin until the Messiah came and said, hey, wait a minute. Let me show you a little something about the Most High God. All what y'all doing in the land right now is not godly, and some of it's sin, if not all of it, right? But now they have no cloak for their sin. If I had not come and spoken my word, my Father's word, into this dark and perverse and wicked generation, they didn't think they had any sin. But now that I've shown my light into that sin, there's no cloak. Even the one you sell for the coat, when they come to sue you, they said when they come for the coat, give them the cloak too. Well, the Messiah says that cloak they took from you cannot cover their sin. The Messiah says, I've come and exposed their sin, but y'all keep thinking this wickedness seated in high places is out in the heavens somewhere where Juanita Bynum and Cindy Trimmer and all of them be trying to go. But no, it's right here in your face, in arm's reach, within touch. It's right here, this evil and this sin that the Messiah is talking about. He that hateth me hated my Father also. So if Jesus loves the whole world and the whole world loves Jesus, do he really know the Father that's being talked about right here? Huh? Come on now. 24. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin. See, if he didn't come doing the miracles and the signs and wonders he did, he's still saying they thought they had no sin. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father. All the miracles and signs and wonders they heard God do, Old Testament. Now the Messiah shows up, partly in the New Testament, and they saying they still hate me and my Father. They see my Father hated his works. Now they see me and hate my works. 25, but this cometh to pass, that the word might be fulfilled that is written. Guess what? Guess what it says here, y'all? In their law, they wrote it in their law of the church, They hated me without a cause, the Messiah is saying. He didn't say it was in the law of God. Remember, Paul came and wrote his own law for the church. So this O1 Messiah, original one first, is saying, hey, they hated my father's works, my father's prophecies, my father's miracles, signs, and wonders. Now I'm here. They hate me. They don't like you. Let me tell you how it's going to go down, y'all. They wrote in their law they hated him without a cause. And this is why this man right here got allegedly crucified according to their story. But spirit knows different according to Acts 5 and 30, right? So 26 says, but the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father. See, everybody can't get this Comforter. That's why Paul wants you to prophesy in church, so that unto men you edify, you exhort, and you comfort these people of the church. God have mercy today. I wasn't going to go here with y'all, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I'm starting to be obedient to the spirit that's speaking to me, because there's some lost souls, some tribes in this world that needs to hear this. And the devils of the church fight me tooth and tail, so you can't get it, okay? Only difference is they ain't gonna write another Bible and slap my name on it to confuse you like they did with King James. They just straight up taking people out, alright? So I ask y'all to keep me in prayer, please. But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from the Father. See, Jesus ain't give you no Comforter. This Comforter comes from the Father. The one who love may not be in this people because they like the world. They tell you not to love it, but they love it so much. Hell, they don't even want to give you reparations. Even the Spirit of truth, which proceeded from the Father, he shall testify of me. I don't testify of Jesus. I testify of the Messiah, Yeshua, Yeshua, whatever you want to call him, Yahweh, Old Covenant. I don't testify of that spirit of the church led by Jesus. See, y'all need the Bible to get a testimony from Jesus. This spirit right here testifies all the day long. Come on, y'all. I just need a full-time job just sitting here dissecting the Bible. But y'all won't subscribe to my channel so I can help our community, so I can help God's people. Hell, so I can help myself. This is tedious work. You think Paul labored day and night to give you the church. I'm working day and night, night and day to give you back the kingdom of heaven. To give you back equality, to give you back righteousness, to give you back righteous judgment. We all need that, hell. And once y'all come under the passiveness of Jesus, who forgave everybody's sin but his own, y'all may find this kingdom of heaven again in the earth. So 27 says, and ye also shall bear witness, because you have been with me from the beginning. Y'all can't say that about Jesus, not even in the spirit. But for some of us, we've been with this one from the very beginning. And I don't believe Paul was one of the old ones, the original ones, the first, the beginning, the Genesis. That's why he hooked up with the Greeks, the Alpha and the Omega. Ooh, God have mercy. I'm done with this teaching, y'all. Let me know about love not the world, why they put it in the Bible, how somebody say God loved the world over here. He allowed his son to be crucified in John 3:16. But over in 1 John 2 and 15, it says, no, love not the world. After they done took the light out the world and made it dark again, they gonna come along with this oxymoron and say, love not the world, while they themselves loved it so much, I believe they took the light of the Messiah out of the world. And I believe they are the ones that keep perpetuating the darkness so that you will stay ignorant to what they've done to the Son of God and his Father, and the children thereof that truly believe in this, such as myself, and hopefully you. Now, guys, I gotta go. Peace and shalom to you all. Stay safe, stay blessed, and remember, always stay connected to the Most High God. If not, you'll get sucked into this like our ancestors did. And it's truly hard to get us up out of this religion for some reason. That's why people think it's witchcraft. Oops. Uh-oh.